So a lot of news to get to. We'll talk about the draft and everything. Let's start with Carr since that's the news of the day. So Carr announced, or at least it was announced, that he is coming back to Miami. The receiver, I don't know, he's a redshirt freshman or sophomore, but second-year wide receiver who played sparingly last year, was a top 75 player in the country, entered his name in the portal after, he really showed a ton of flashes that we reported on heavily early on in his career. Then you get to the spring, this spring was banged up, trying to put on some weight. The freshman really came in strong. So he kind of got lost in the shuffle a little bit, jumped in the portal, but he has now announced he's coming back to Miami. I am told it's not like Miami paid him more money or something like that to bring him back. It was not that situation. It was just he tested the market. He saw that, hey, Miami's my best opportunity. They do need receivers. They do need depth. Miami wasn't trying to get
push him
rid
out
of
the door. We said this, yeah. This is what we said when he left. Not every situation is cut and dry with, we should have paid him more. With this situation, we said this is a guy who was banged up for a lot of camp and literally said 3-4 days ago, he probably did not feel like he was in the plans. And that's exactly kind of what we're hearing now, is he wanted to make sure he was, which is what Gabby reported. And you've also said the same thing. He wanted to feel like he had a role on this team. And, I'm excited to see him stay. I don't know if it's the answer, right? I still think they need to go get a guy, right? I don't think even if Carr had stayed before, they were still going to try to go get another receiver. So I don't think it solves anything, but it's nice to keep him in the fold.
Yeah, and again, just to repeat, Brandon's asking, did we raise his money to stay? We did not raise his money to stay. So it's a situation where you saw Miami bring in receivers for depth on visits, and look, they still are taking a look at receivers that would potentially be depth wide receivers, not that impact number one. They're also looking for that as well. But that's just one of the factors here. It's not just getting that number one receiver. You also need enough numbers to play. With Chance Robinson being hurt, a lot of guys leaving, Carr leaving, now he's back. So your depth is better. Plus you have a young guy you can develop. You're still going to go after that number one. So just speaking broadly on receivers in the portal, Hurst from Georgia State is the name to keep an eye on. That's Ted Hurst, tall, 6'3", 185, athletic track kid from Savannah, Georgia. I think he's got like a 22.3 in the 200 meters, 22 plus long jumps. This is an athletic guy at 6'3", very explosive on the field, 17.2 yards per catch, 961 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns at the FBS level, but G5. So he's someone that Miami has interest in. I know Louisville's also in that mix. Trevor Pena, you heard about him visiting. So there's a lot of guys in the mix. But I think what you're going to see is depth and also trying to get that impact difference-making wide receiver with the upside to play in the NFL. So that's really what you're looking at, a receiver. Carr, we've talked about it before. His issue's really just been gaining weight, kind of just getting that body armor to deal with some of the hits he's going to be taking at the next level. He was banged up in spring. The freshman had an incredible spring. Josh Moore, Dalen Upshaw, of course, Malachi Toney. So I think that hurt him. JoJo Trader, who came in with him, made a huge leap. So he was kind of stuck in the mud there after really having a great initial spring when he got here as a true freshman and showing flashes after that. So he's someone with a lot of talent, good kid, and I never heard a bad word about the kid as I posted when he left. So I think Miami's happy to have him there, continue to develop him and see what happens there. But they're going to continue to recruit receivers. Receivers and safety are the top priority, both impact starters and depth. I'm told, just they're monitoring, a ton of guys at both positions. And then linebacker and defensive tackle, still monitoring guys. We're probably half of what they're monitoring at safety, at wide receiver. Running back, you heard about Shamar Brown, Marty Brown, the running back from North Dakota State. He had a great visit. Miami's in good position there, although other schools are going to have opportunities for him that they're going to sell. So we'll see where that goes. But Miami had a great visit with him and likes him a lot. That's the running back from North Dakota State. Tight end, I don't know. Offensive line, I don't know if those are going to be focuses going forward. I think it's really those positions, receiver and safety, number one by far. Then linebacker and D tackle. After that, I think they're going to try to bring in a kicker. You heard, Abram Murray transferred. Carter Davis, the kickoff specialist, is in the lead for the field goal position, but is inexperienced as a field goal kicker. I could see a real field goal kicker added. Mentioned the potential running back with Marty Brown. And I think that's pretty much what you're looking at here. with the positions of need.